Hi everybody, I am going to be doing a tag today, and I was tagged by Lori over 40. And for those of you who haven't watched her channel yet, you are missing out on something special because she is such a sweetie, and she's not only sweet, but she's beautiful. But she doesn't know it. Called Drugstore versus Designer. Excuse the glare from my glasses, but I can't see anything without glasses on, so. All right, I'm just going to start right off. It doesn't have to be drugstore versus designer. It can be drugstore versus drugstore, or, you know, just one item and another item and compare them. Anybody that wants to do this tag, I would love to see you all do it, because we're all nosy. We want to know what's going on, you know, in other people's makeup tables and stuff, what they use. So, all right. First one that Lori did was primers, and I don't use primers on my skin. I just don't like the feel of them. They're like slippery and they feel greasy, and so I don't use them. The second was foundations, and I very rarely use foundations. I just use concealer with a little powder over it. But the other day I tried a foundation from L'Oreal, and it's this one, and it's in the color Classic Ivory. And then I have this one, which I bought a long time ago, and I can't wear it. And it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And this is in the color Bone. It's called Bone, number 17. All right, this breaks me out. This dries to a powder, and it stayed on all day. I didn't have to powder my nose because of shine or anything. I loved it. It didn't break me out. So this is the winner between these two for me. I have very sensitive skin, and as soon as I put something on, I just get a feeling. I can just feel my skin. It's reacting, and I start getting like little bumps and all that stuff. So this was a winner for me. So the next thing is concealers. I'm just going to pick these two. This one, the Age Rewind, and the Visible Lift by L'Oreal. And this is the Serum Absolute Concealer Corrector. I'll show you how these both look on the skin. All right, that's what the L'Oreal looks like. This is the Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles, and it's a treatment and concealer with goji berry and haloxidil. And I'm in the color Fair, and let me just show you what this one looks like. Okay, there's the two. Here's the Maybelline, there's the L'Oreal. I like the Maybelline better. It seems to blur out everything. Like, you can even see on here that this one here is going to separate and get cakey and accentuate everything under the eyes. This one, however, you can just put it there and just pat it, and it just kind of blends and blurs by itself. And this is my favorite. The next, face powders. And I just happen to pull out three. One is the Milani, and this is a powder foundation. Anyways, it's nice. It covers good. It's a foundation powder, so it gives a little more coverage than the average, just, you know, face powder. The next one is the Coty Airspun. I happen to get the loose one. And it smells beautiful. I love it. And this one here is very soft, very, it covers up any like little imperfections that are left after you put on your concealer, and it just kind of sets everything nice. And last but not least is the Physicians Formula. And this is the powder palette, it's called. It's the multicolored pressed powder in Buff. This one here is my favorite of the three. I wear this every day. It doesn't bother my sensitive skin. It has all the colors in it that just even out my complexion. I use this as my foundation. I just put it on over my concealer, blot it, you know, all over my face, and I'm set. The next one is finishing and setting powders. This one is the Tarte Smooth Operator, it's called. This works well underneath the eyes after you've put on your concealer so that the concealer doesn't start separating and settling into the creases. The next thing is the High Definition Powder by e.l.f. And I'll show you what that looks like. And it comes with a little powder puff. And this is also white. It's translucent powder, as is this. This was just the sample of the Smooth Operator. This can be used all over the face to set your makeups. And then this is the full size of the High Definition Powder. And I have to say, between the two of them, the e.l.f. wins out. It does the same exact thing as this one does. And even though this is a sample, you know full size would cost a lot more than this. I think this was maybe $3, if that. So the e.l.f. wins out in that one. All right, now for I have the Sleek Face Contour Kit, and I also have the e.l.f. Blush and Bronzer. There's the Sleek, and we're just talking about the bronzers here. And here is the e.l.f. The e.l.f. has a little bit of shimmer in it, and the Sleek is more of a matte. And I like this for underneath the cheekbones, around the corners of my forehead, and along the jawline, and underneath here to camouflage a little double chin. So the Sleek wins out in this one. Okay, the next one is lipstick. I am going to show you my very two favorites. The first one is, I have to say that I like the high end better, but seeing I don't live near a mall, and it's hard to buy lipstick online if you're not, if you can't try it on. So I'm going to go with the two drugstore ones. This is the Rimmel, and it's in the color Pink Chic, and this is the Revlon Color Stay, and this is in the color Woman's Wear. And I'll show you the two of them. This Rimmel one is one that I love in the summertime. It looks nice if you have a little color, and that's what it looks like. And the Revlon Color Stay is just a beautiful pink. This one's the Woman's Wear. This one is the Pink Chic. Woman's Wear, Pink Chic. This one I like in the summer. It's my favorite in the summer. And the Woman's Wear, this is a little teeny bit darker. And I wear that in the winter all the time. I love it. So there is no loser between these two, because they're both great lipsticks. I love the way they look on. They don't, for me they don't bleed. So, all right. The next thing will be blushes. And the two blushes, I have a bunch of Bare Essentials blushes, and I have a few Tarte blushes. But I'm just going to show these two. These are both drugstore. One is Hard Candy in the color Living Doll. The other one is Physicians Formula in the color Rose. I don't even think you can see it with this lighting. But this is the one that I wear every day. And here's the Hard Candy. And it's a very, very soft glowy, silvery looking pink. Not too much color, but it gives your cheeks a beautiful glow with just a tiny, tiny hint of pink. And this is good for days where you just, for me, hanging around the house and I just want to look a little healthy. I'll put this on. But for everyday wear, going out, anywhere, I love this is the Happy Booster Blush in Rose, and it's the Physician's Formula. So this one wins on the blushes. The next thing is finishing sprays, and I don't use finishing sprays either. Like I said, my skin's super sensitive, and if I put any kind of spray, anything heavy on it, my face will just break out immediately, and it's not pretty, and it gets like little bumps, and you can almost see them like within an hour coming out. So I have to stick to a daily regimen with my makeup, because if I don't, I pay the price. My skin hasn't broken out with any of this stuff, so if you have sensitive skin and you're wondering what to use, I've run the gamut. I've gone through high-end, really high-end, to drugstore, and it's amazing that the drugstore stuff is the stuff that agrees with my skin. Philosophy, which is not really, really high-end, it's kind of like medium, as far as price range, but their stuff is wonderful. I use the Philosophy, and the Bare Essentials stuff is the same. You get a lot of powder in those little eyeshadows and the little face powders. They last forever. I mean, I've yet to come to the bottom of one of them. And a little goes a long way, and you buff it in, and those two products don't bother my skin at all. Like I said, my skin is really sensitive. So this is what I use. This is off the this tag, but let me just show you what I use. I use the Purity Made Simple to wash my face in the morning and at night before I go to bed. And then I use my Hope in a Jar, and I put that on. I put it between my hands, just a little dab, rub it to emulsify it, and then it kind of melts in your hands, and then you put it on your face and pat it in good, and it gives your face a really pretty glow, and it's the only moisturizer that has not broken my face out. So for all of you who ask what my skincare regimen is, it's these two things right here. I love them, and I'll never stop using them as long as they keep making them. I don't get anything free from Philosophy, so this is just my own thoughts. And a lot of people say that, this smells funny, or the Hope in the Jar smells funny. I don't think they smell funny at all. They shouldn't smell funny if they're fresh. Maybe you got an old batch or something, I don't know, but a lot of people don't like this at first, and then they give it a second chance, and then they find out afterwards that they love it. So if you're having problems with your skin and you just can't seem to find the right thing, and you're going through money, like crazy, just spending it on these trials and errors, give this a try before you go any further and just see how it works. It's the only thing that has calmed my skin down. So, and thank you, Lori, for tagging me. And I know I skipped over a few things, but I don't use some of the things, like the spray, setting spray, the face primers or the setting spray. So I really can't talk to those things, and let you know what, because I don't have any here. So I hope you're all having a great day, and I'd like to see everybody do this tag, because I'm nosy, and I just want to see what everybody's using. Have a good one, guys, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.